Opulence Radio.
This is Anelisa Phewa's journey to first call.
On Performers Hub. Scream meets radio.
But we are going to be speaking to none other than Anelisa Phewa today. Sir, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having me here. How are you guys?
Amazing. Happy, energy is high. Speaking of 2025, we're bringing the
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, we got to. I mean, some of us are envisioning great things for the year. We keep saying let it be great, but you never know. You just take the year as it comes. So we're just hoping that it's going to go as great as we wish. How was your kickoff to 2025? That's what we're calling it.
I like it. It's busy.
Love it.
I met it with the right energy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right energy being, is it work? Is it...
Yeah, I get a bit annoyed with the Christmas thing.
Okay.
No, not the Christmas thing, but the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got some things that I'd like to see, and then everybody needs to take the time to, so I guess my plans.
Have to wait.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's fine because then in the gap you get to relook at things and see how they are. But I mean, then you start the year with the fire energy, right? I like that.
Amanda.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for most people. It's family time. So since for you, you feel like it's kind of like a disturbance from your trail of things. So what is it like for you?
No. It was just the 2024 thing.
Okay. Got you.
My family, we were all
Scattered.
My brothers overseas. My parents went to Eastern Cape. It was all of the things, and I needed to be put for the gap so that when everything opens up, my thoughts are clear. Last year I opened the office on the 1st of January.
What?
So you were alcoholic basically, that's what you're telling me.
Literally.
I mean, the holic makes it sound bad. The holic.
Do you have a better word? Because it was lack of a better word.
You keep going, like where does the river stop?
Yeah.
Right? It's just flow.
Yeah. I mean, there was a year I remember, I unintentionally made myself a workaholic. My vision board in 2022. And that was just me wanting to advance my career. I wanted to be the girl who was always like, I have something to do, I have work to do.
Yeah.
And then it happened that I did. Like I literally, everywhere I went, I had my laptop with me because something would possibly come up.
Yeah.
I look back around about October, September there. I was like, actually, you asked for this thing. Like, you called it upon yourself. It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because you get things moving and then you head towards a direction and you can't lose.
What?
Yeah.
I guess in two and a half past 4, my laptop.
You lie. You are such a workaholic. You're requesting meetings at 10 p.m. Cheap. Amanga. You are such a workaholic.
No, but I guess when I'm here in Joburg or when I'm already in work mode, there's no stopping.
Yeah.
You just keep going. But once I've decided, laptop, phone, there's nothing you can do. Like, don't even try and it's a pain. It's like time out,
guys.
Exactly. Over time, but it's not even over time because we are working, like we are, I wouldn't call it entrepreneurs, but yes. So you kind of have to have that time frame set to say up and otherwise you're gonna get frustrated. Then that's when your mental health and don't
And it works on the wax.
It works on you. But before we dive deeper into who it is not because in 10 on the age that being black,
Don't cry,
I mean, I'm trying. You can see it. One day, it's coming.
Because even my mom had to say,
No, also I think we will always remember you for your younger roles. Like
yes.
That's the face that you have, and you still have that very same face.
Yes.
So, in the eyes of South Africa, you are there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Black don't crack,
Black don't crack.
aging like fine wine.
It's good.
But just to give you a little background, so Anelisa Phewa is a prolifically talented actor, writer, and educator. In his spare time, he's also a musician. Here's musician type. But it's fine, we'll get into it. You know, also a martial artist, and South African international audiences may recognize him from numerous roles. I think you've seen him on your Netflix. And I saw Nakona 7 Laan. It's been a long journey for you. And I think where I searched, or even in conversations, you said you started as early as 4 years old, but we're gonna get right into that. But you may recognize him on some of these TV series or movies. And he also performed in various Shakespearean productions on stage and screen. He is also the founder and educator at Dramatec. Dramatec. Yes. Sure. What a bio, sir.
And cut. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. The shortest interview in history.
You?
Well, I was just, Bob's going to ban. Bob's going to him. There's an interview. This guy is being interviewed, right? When I was just, Bob's going to ban. He's like, Bob's going to him. Silence. Rap.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
What more do you want to know? It's me. Are you sure you're okay? So yeah, sir, let's start right at the beginning. Leia, 4 years old. Sure, because then my question would be then, when did you realize, or when did this start being a passion of yours? When did you realize there was a passion and you want to go into this? But now that I know it's 4 years old, take us to that. 4 years, I mean, how's that? It's not that long. So were you even aware of what you were doing? What was happening? Were you already in love with this? What's the backstory?
I think by the time I was 4, it was clear that it needed placement. Because you had 2 years before that when I was still figuring out how to walk, and by the time once I was walking, I was going. And once my father used to, he said, I can't, just like, no, it's creativity, you know. So when I was in preschool, I don't remember the ins and outs of how it happened, but I played in the nativity play at the time, and I played King Herod, and they say I said, bathini labantu bathi khona inkosi yochitha kamasinyagula. Wow, okay.
Such deep Zulu at that age.
And I don't remember learning the lines and the whole process. I remember the performance because it was on our graduation day, so it was a big day, and I'd lost my socks, so I put on my shoes. You know, it was a cool time. And then after that, I just went to schools that always had access to drama
and performance, yeah.
Art, exposure to art. Drama is just a finger on the hand. I feel like I'm the palm, and what everybody else is exposed to is the thumb, which is maybe the acting. Hence, then you ask about every other thing. That's I sit with the art because it always then
it evolves.
Like it's in sport, it's in music, it's in breath and expression. It's actually a reflection of your own life, but outwards. So I don't know that I'm passionate about it. I think we are weird about that word. I don't know how to define it. You're not passionate about breathing until you have to stop and you're fighting for your life. But until you're actually fighting for your life, you can't say I'm passionate about breathing. I'm passionate about the flow of the blood in my. You know what I'm saying?
I love that.
But it needs recognition, and it needs placement, and it needs it's tuition. You pay for it.
I get that.
Private.
And you went to UCT and then Wits.
No, yes.
Yeah, I didn't know. Live Dim.
Yes.
No,
do you know why you say? It's because you say you went. I'm still at this. I'm still at this.
Oh yeah, how long is that masters?
Yeah, but you can stretch it if you prolong it, and then
I took a year deferred. I undertook to do a crazy thing.
Okay.
And now I'm paying for that too. It's interesting, but it's difficult. It's hard to talk about it while I'm in it.
Right.
Yeah, because then they're like, "Ooh, we want to see. Whereas we usually just say, "Hey, here's the thing I've done. What do you think?"
I did a thing.
And now people are like, "Hey, that thing." I was like, "Oh, leave me alone."
Yeah.
But I'm quite happy to talk about the what it is I'm doing, and maybe we can talk about the why it is I'm doing it as well.
Sure. Yes, please.
So we're talking about creativity and expression, and then we've got a big name, Shakespeare.
Yes.
It's Shakespeare's like
To be or not to be.
right. He's the algebra of literature. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And he's a big name with lots of expression. So then to tackle something like that makes it interesting. First, just to say what he's saying.
Yeah.
Very nice, and we get into it. So my idea was then, well, I understand it in English, and I understand isiZulu.
Yeah.
So if I had to explain to my grandmother to say that this man said this thing, he said, "Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love that alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken." How do I bring that sense to my grandmother? I could say to her, "Gogo, kuyiqiniso ukuthi uthando lwangempela aluhlulwa lutho. Nami ngeke ngiliphikise ngoba liphikiswa. Uthando kulona uthando oluguqukayo. Ekuseni libalele ntambama liguqubele. Cha bo. Lena imbokodo insimbi ayigobi evutha bhe phakathi kweyimbila ayithutha. Uthando lolo. You understand? And it's now what we can do is it's let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love. That is the rhythm. Uthando lwangempela aluhlulwa lutho. Nami ngeke ngiliphikise ngoba liphikiswa. So now within the rhythmic structure we can do that, because I argue language is a construct.
Yes.
And we speak through musicality.
Yeah.
So then we can match that musical construct. It's like it's a sonnet. A sonnet is a song form,
Yes.
right? And we're saying it's ballet spoken. And all I'm saying is we can do that
Dancing
too.
in language.
But can you do that too? And to that degree?
Sure.
Because who are you doing it for? Right? I'm not doing it for England. I'm doing it for you.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, kuyiqiniso yini?
Yeah.
He says at the end, uma kuyimpazamo lengiyishoyo, akazaluza uthando naye lo.
Yeah.
But that's a rhyming couplet. You understand?
Yeah.
So then I'm interested and I'm curious more than I am passionate.
Sure.
Because I'm not considering the breaths, but I use them and I need them.
Yeah.
So I have to revere and respect them, and therefore I don't say anything about passion.
Yeah.
I can only speak for myself.
Now that we're already here, sure, you said a lot, and just take it all in. Feels like a mini masterclass, but
It is. It's a full masterclass. Full blown. We are Shakespeare experts now. As well as that door. To be or not to be.
You guys are killing me.
so it's like you must come up and class like and
And the thing is, I actually remember this. I actually remember this phrase. We did it in our syllabus in high school. Yeah.
So I think now that we're already here, my next question is we were gonna get into it, but I learned that you in this masters you are studying obviously it's linguistics, but also translating Shakespeare into isiZulu.
That's amazing.
Why is it important for you to have, first of all, Shakespeare still being seen, recognized, and still being relevant in our time, but then most importantly to have it translated in isiZulu? I know they're gonna fight us because there are so many languages, but I mean at the end of the day you are Zulu. So
I tell you what, this particular part of the interview is too soon.
is it?
Yes, this is what I was saying about being inside it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be inside it and outside it. I'm still in the process,
Sure.
right? And I don't want to give
Too
much away,
And then change your mind.
because then we have expectation and all of that. And yes, as I alter certain things, as I continue with it, I've done other translation projects before. So if we're talking about that, really, we can talk about that again, to say that I enjoy the technical process, to say that what does it mean? What is meaning altogether? Because we're taking the essence of art and we're trying to shape it to a population through a technical spaceship that we don't, because we don't speak like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
But you know what I'm saying? But now that, again, understanding musical form, because now you'll say, a friend of mine said, well, what's the point, right? And I said, the point is that I understand linguistic form, and here's an example from a show I did, Itamba. This was a show I played in Xhosa, and I'm not Xhosa, so I had to hang on to the words, right? My mother is Xhosa, right? So then I have to pay that kind of attention. And the line is, wazintoni ngeminqweno kanonkasa uvavanyo lokhola sizoliyeka ngenxa yobuye zifela ngala nondachaza. Right? But now I needed hip hop in that, because I was like, 1, 2, 3. Wazintoni ngeminqweno kanonkasa uvavanyo lokhola sizoliyeka ngenxa yobuye zifela ngala nondachaza. Now I've got the flow. Now I need to come back and superimpose the meaning, and then speak it to him and give it to him. Laan wazintoni ngeminqweno kanonkasa uvavanyo lokhola sizoliyeka ngenxa yobuye zifela ngala nondachaza.
We're gonna have him on our first radio drama. You wanna be here?
But you know what I'm saying? Because it's I'm crafting an experience, and I'm shaping it in this person's person, and then I'm handing it over.
Sure. So I just color it in, add emotion, because I feel also it's closer on its own. It's such a poetic language.
It is.
Like it has a lot of rhythm and flow to it.
We do.
So now that you're saying you use hip hop, it's very interesting.
Because I mean, it's the mix of the two. I understand the Shakespeare, I understand the hip hop, I understand the musicality, because all of it is art, and I'm the artist, right? So I'm saying, what can I draw from? Music and color and painting, and that sunlight and that butterfly. I do it, and then I go action, and then all I do is I see that, and then you see that character that is not me, because it's not me. I put all these things for you to enjoy. I store some sunlight and that memory and all that stuff, so that I don't have to use my own pain or my own joy or my own memories. They're irrelevant.
Like drawn, like me too. Like I'm painting that picture with you.
Yes, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Right, because when I look over there, I'm like, check. I look there and then you look there, there's nothing there, but now that there's some...
But I'm all just looking at it now.
We conjure a point, it's a point of focus, and now there's electromagnetism that's going there.
Sure.
We create a moment, right? Because in the theatre, which is the story center, you suspend your disbelief, and we will tell you a story. For all the world's a stage, right? We're just the players within it. And that's Shakespeare again.
But why Shakespeare? Oh, sorry. I can see the way you're breathing. You wanted to say something.
For me, I think one of the biggest shocking. There's over 20 roles that you've played. So under your name, under your name, I was reading from 1993 Generations. Yes. Listen.
93? No, I was 10 in 93.
I saw this.
It's a lie.
So Wikipedia is lying.
Wikipedia is lying. I must talk about the Wikipedia situation.
Yeah, let's fix it, ne?
I was 10 in 93.
Jonga, Itilendo.
I remember the play I did in 93.
Oh, what you
Didn't you play Lungelo?
I did play Lungelo. That year is wrong.
Which year was it?
2017.
But you are... Okay, my thing at your age. What's this bag?
I'm 41.
41, yes.
I'm the... Don't get me started with that. Yeah, I'm 41.
So I went through this list, ne? I'm just like, this is like a lot of roles. This is a lot of different people. And coming to what you're speaking right now, like, that's not who you are. You create a person that the people want to hear. And these roles are not even the end of it. There's some that I know that I don't hear, Low Level Betrayal, for example.
They're very recent, I mean, so
I think I'm gonna go update Wikipedia.
They won't let me do it. It has to happen through a third party.
Yeah, I'll go update. But like, I think just looking back at all of these roles, sometimes we attach ourselves to certain roles. Sometimes how has that experience been of being, I'm gonna say 25 to summarize it.
Sure. 25
different people over a couple of years.
Well, look, here's the best way. Do you remember your favorite pair of jeans when you were 15? Say, for example.
I don't, but I remember my top that my grandmother burned when I was 7.
Yeah. Okay. But now here's one better. Yesterday, whatever you were wearing yesterday, it's in the wash now. That's it.
we work and we move on.
You do, because it's not you. It's not you. You forget.
Yeah.
You ask any actor, hey, you remember you were that character? They say anything from that particular situation, they don't remember because it's not them. The character is represented by the words on the page. If you're not speaking those words, then I recognize you. If you speak those words, it doesn't sound like you. It's not you. So then you take the words. That's the bone structure of the situation. I don't understand how you lose yourself in the thing. If you're losing yourself in a thing, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
You can't, guys.
The frustration.
You understand? And we misinterpret things, and then we create things, and we create narrative around things that don't actually exist. You're creating the drama around the drama. We're supposed to simplify. Look at the words. Be accurate to the words. You speak the words, you will disappear. That's akufanayo. Akufanayo ngoba kuyena. Right?
Yeah.
Hence I can speak a different language and this and that, because words don't actually exist. So when they do exist, they take on a particular form. And if I marry myself with those words, and I create meaning, and I breathe into them, and I form a statue out of that, I can breathe with it and play with it. We are given the words. No, I'm going to spice it up. I'm going to do this. No, what you're going to do is you're going to shed bits of costume, and you're going to reveal bits of yourself. And then if you do that for long enough, we're going to see you tomorrow there in that show, and that one, and then we're seeing you, and good for you. But if you want to disappear, that's why I say, I've got a passion for this thing. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't.
Let me tell you, you don't.
Like, I don't understand it, do you understand? And we're gonna do a lot of things. Oh, I'm a method actor. I'm like,
I got lost in it.
wow. That's why we do research, and that's why we rehearse.
Yeah.
Right? You have to create. You're priming yourself to be able to relate to that scenario so that you can empathize with it and align with that frequency and maybe give us a shade of that reality. It's not you, dog. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
I think it brings me to my next question to say, then in terms of your preparation, because I can see you are very, I wouldn't say separated from your characters, but you're able to draw that line to say, I'm getting in, I'm getting out. I mean, that's what I'm getting from what you're saying.
Sure.
And I'd like to believe then, with that said, there's no character that has stayed with you, right? You've always been able to shed them.
But you have to have a favorite.
Like, there's that
You
one
have
character
to
that
have one.
stands out.
That was my favorite thing to do.
See, this is the other thing. Then we've got this thing about, okay, cool, I'm getting in, I'm getting out, I'm getting in, I'm getting out. I have certain characters that I would have loved to play certain characters, certain types. So James, for example, is my dad.
Yeah.
My mom sees my dad, I think. I said I think. She's looking at me now. I said I think. You understand? It's how I see him.
Sure.
When I was the little boy watching him in court, yo, the man used to walk, and I was just like, give me
Superman.
So then in
So you killing that role. You killed it.
Thank you. So in high school, that was my thing, right? I was my dad.
Yeah.
All that stuff. And then after that, then you become your own person, varsity and all of that. And my sister in varsity got to play a lawyer before I did, and she played him. She played.
She's also an actress.
Was. Writer. Internationally award-winning. She's
Do we know her?
no, leave her alone. Asanda Phewa. She's in medicine now. God bless her.
Wow.
Yeah. She retired at 22.
So early.
No, leave her alone. What are you doing?
I wanna see.
I feel like we picked up on the brothers being the lawyers.
Yes.
Yeah, just not the sister. I don't know why. It's
Yeah,
brought up there.
she's the special one.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you guys are quite an educated, and autistic, yes.
Because many people separated. They're like,
Yeah.
if you're academic, you can't be.
Yes.
If you're academic, you are. It's always separated. So it's always beautiful to see.
I mean, there's so many things. Goodness, the art. If you imagine it as a watch, you've got all of the different stations over there, and we sit in the middle where the pin is, and we just look out. You know, you're traveling the world. Goodness, there's nothing that we didn't do. And that's how we know that everything is the same thing. So you're not getting in and getting out, you're exploring different things. I've always wanted to surf a dangerous character.
Sure.
So then I played Vincent, you understand? And the joy that I could allow him to feel. But it wasn't just reckless. I was saying, yo, I'm painting a little boy who wanted validation, who didn't have a dad, a father figure. Then he bonded with the army because then that validated him and said, you are worthy, you are strong, and there's a cause and it's bigger than this. He gets there and he's good with certain things, with weapons, and he can show up his physique and camaraderie, community, all of that stuff, recognition. He's got this leader he looks up to, all of that stuff. And then it goes south, right? He loses the plot in that the mission is different and his loyalty is to the wrong cause, right? And he's got no father figure. The father figure they're fighting is Zungu.
Yeah.
That was their dad. Now they're being petulant, but they're being 13, except people are losing their lives, right? So he's finding joy in the wrong things. And that's my coloring in for that particular character. So that when he loses and there's a consequence of his actions, you see how he weeps. He knew it from the moment he looks back. He goes, oh no, I got the kid killed, I got the kid killed. I don't need to get into that. Look, I goosebump because the truth of that sentence is the truth of that sentence. I got this kid killed. How do you live with that? By the time I'm driving in there, okay, don't
Relax. Rest, tiger.
I'm driving in there and I'm screaming this thing and I fly out the car. I'm like, dog, we're still acting.
That was so emotional. Like,
but the body did things, right? Out, he'd fly out, boom, and his eyes are open and I'm just weeping.
Joe, that was a very emotional. I actually watched it yesterday. I actually saw that scene yesterday for the second time. Like, I watched the show again from start to finish again because it's really, really good. And it's so educational. That scene was so emotional. I was just like, there's no way that you can make that. No person can't act this. Like, you can't teach a person this.
It's belief.
Yeah.
It's belief, and people. So that's why I'm a technician, right? Because a lot of people don't know what to do, and I'm like, if I don't turn around and say, hey, if you want to do what I do, walk over there, try these things.
Yeah.
I don't claim to know everything and I don't claim to have every answer, but there are some things that I've done right and they speak for themselves.
Yeah.
And we can talk about that at a price.
Of course.
I'm saying.
Nothing is for free. I feel like you spoke about, like, you wouldn't say it's passion, but what you just, like, you speaking and saying all of these things and feeling those goosebumps, I feel like that is passion, right?
But that's me.
Yeah.
That's my spirit, that's my fire. I am passionate. Can't say, hey, you are passionate, therefore you are passionate. I'm passionate.
You are the fire.
I am the fire.
I feel like, so we need to catch our breath because we have and I'm not sure. Is Captain Zab a story, ne? Oh, Sana.
Full like this.
Look. And we are still in studio with none other than Anelisa Phewa. Before we went to a music break, Sana was trying to say Kaftini. We were talking all things performance, Shakespeare, techniques. Oh, Sana, I think I'm still trying to.
Dramatic way there.
Because I can't experience.
You're an actor for real, man.
Hayi bonjani?
Ngiyaphunywa nayo.
Kuyachitheka.
Yeah.
Hayi basihleli sodwa. Bengishilo ndathi ndithi bhuti ke mna because besi-identifyile uba Grootman ewe.
Yeah, I had to settle into that.
Akutsho wena kuyavela. No, I'm lying. He is aging like fine wine. I'm sure nimbonile. Benibonile mos phaa kulo lapha in Betrayal.
That character.
You'll never tell.
Hey, Papa, I'm telling you.
Joker.
Those suits, the ego, the narcissism, it clear, like, crisp. Manje clean.
Oh, okay. No, now I understand, guys. There are no characters that stay. That's not who I am. You know, we have Puma, like, get good, son. Yeah. That's good. God.
And so on and so forth.
But it brings me to my next question, what's your preparation process like? like when you prepare for a role. And I understand that outside South Africa, we are not given the amount of time that most actors would appreciate in terms of preparing for a role and a character. Often well, you get a script today and you're like, okay, so next week, slides, camera, action.
Wednesday, Monday, what?
You know, and so now you have to squeeze yourself into this time frame so that you fit in and you're there and you're action ready. So how does it affect your preparation process? And yeah, what is the time frame that you feel would be needed for you to get properly into or immerse yourself properly in the character?
And to add on that question, we are the mathematics I get when we are the one who does the maths, 1 plus 1 when you get into a role. So without tying in,
Yes.
I love that.
how do you do the maths?
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you do the maths?
What is your question though?
Yeah.
Are you adding? Oh, you're just saying I must include that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Look, pre-production is 3 months.
Yes.
That would be awesome, but script usually gets approved a lot later. Final scripts, because depending on who you're working with, whether it's the streamers or whatever else,
Yeah.
I would love, depending on the size of the project, if it's a series, I would love 6 weeks.
Okay.
I'd love that. Listen to every producer laughing.
Not here.
We don't do that here.
Yeah, but if anything, 3 weeks, because that's the same time that we've gotten used to create within the theatre. You've got a 3-week period to rehearse. It's fair. It's kind of standard. We don't get that, and that's problematic because, for example, two productions that I worked on, the one I had ample time. I knew about the character 2 years in advance, right? And when I was playing that, no, I hadn't gotten the character,
Okay.
but I knew about him, so I prepared for him. I knew what kind of body he needed. I knew what kind of things that I expected of him. So I crafted that for 2 years. So by the time I got the part, it melted into place,
Manifestation.
right? Whereas on another production, no names mentioned,
Don't worry.
lots of things
Safe
needed to be
space.
done in a short amount of time. Not everybody's built for that. I've got training. I've been training since I was 4.
Yes.
But forget all of that. Let's just take from 18 to 22. Forget high school drama, primary school drama, preschool drama. Forget all that.
Yeah.
These 4 years, and after that, you forget those 2.
Yeah.
Here's this 22-year-old who's wet behind the ears, who's going to work on his first production with Dumsani Pepe, amongst, others. Dumsani was the one there, Divers Down, 2006, my first production. First scene, it's with him. Boom, camera's on him, then it's on me, and that's it. You gotta do it. You gotta do your thing,
Sure.
right? So I've walked the road and I've become the monster that I am, and now it's time for me to turn around and say these are the things that I have done. You can put me under that kind of pressure, I will be fine. You can rely on that, and that's why I charge you, right? Because I save you a day. That's my guarantee. I don't make mistakes. I don't mess around.
Sure.
I'm clear. I'm crisp. I give your crew confidence. When I walk on, they know James is here. James
One
is
take
here.
wonder.
Yeah.
And listen, it's not about the one takeness of it. I'm there when they're blocking technically. I'm listening to what's happening. I've got a coach over here. We're in it. I stand for I don't have a stand-in for my lines. I stand there because that's my training. I was an extra in 3rd year because I wanted to watch a rehearsal. But that extra, I was King Claudius's bodyguard and Hamlet must kill him. And I said, no, Jeff. He wouldn't kill him if I were here. He has to deal with me first.
Yes.
Because my character has an intention, and understand. So now when the chips are down and you need to make a big bet, you bet on me because I've got the training, I've got the thing, but it's not fair on the others.
Yeah.
And that's why I've taken a step back to say, yo, let me help you.
Sure.
Because I can't coach, there's not enough time to coach you on set.
Yeah.
That's not what I'm there for.
Yeah.
Right? And now you're gonna meet a different energy.
Joe.
Because I take this thing seriously. I'm not doing this for vibes. This is my
Yeah.
career, it's my
Sure.
work. Understand?
Yeah.
And there are many things that we're trying to get right by being excellent on this medium. You see, this is why I charge you this much, right? But I have to do it first. Now I'm coaching the next person, whatever. Not here. let's rather do it at Dramatec.
Yeah.
Let's rather do it over here like this, like that.
Yeah.
To say that I've given you your time of day because tomorrow we gotta go.
See it work.
Check. And then in terms of the preparation, then I research and I read my work.
Sure.
All the words. What are the words? What are the words that are familiar? What are the words that are not familiar? Let me figure it out. Let me play with it. Let me read it. Let me see what the people say about me. Let me see what I say to other people. When am I telling the truth? When am I lying? Once I know all of that stuff, if I have to translate, then I rewrite that stuff so that I recreate new words, not my words. I recreate those words that I must learn those words because it's not me, right? Then I put them into that decoder thing there. 21 times I have to say these words like this because I put them into my cerebral back head here, put it into my DNA every day. By the time I get done, I think about the words, baby. I'm gonna paint you the ocean. Check. Come on. And that's art, right? Because I can see the ocean. If I can see it, you can see it. And you don't have to see it. As long as I'm aligned with it, you can feel it. And then that's the thing.
Take us on a ride.
Right? Like I can do a love scene and not kiss a girl and still turn you on.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. Because it's about the art. It's erotica. It's not about the physicality of the thing like we're talking about with adulting, right? Just as an example, we can play these things. We can play a love scene across the room. Your eyes, my eyes, the people in between.
Yeah.
They did that in the 70s with, what was that musical now? West Side Story. How Maria and the boy, they saw each other from across the room. It's Romeo and Juliet. It's that thing that's, everything's suspended. Your close-up, my close-up, we're dancing, inertia. It's beautiful, right? And then you underscore that, you light it, you pivot it, mirable. Come on.
Perfection. I see
But
it.
I'm sold him now.
I'm there with them. For some reason, I'm seeing them in a ship, Titanic ship.
Yeah, because we set up the ocean, right?
Oh my gosh, you're such a painter. Like you're painting a clear picture.
Absolutely, because then I can take that feeling and paint with. Because I mean, I know it, right? It's a feeling. It's the middle of the wrist.
Yeah.
You're exploring. Like, what is it? You know, and then music does that as well. So you have to explore it. A samurai has to have a hard art and a soft art, right? Because you're contemplating death the night before, but the moon is beautiful and the cherry blossoms and the snow. It's gorgeous. You have to be able to revere yourself. I want to go and lie at that star tomorrow night. And you write about those things. And then you go into battle, full into that thing. You know what I mean? So I play the guitar and I'm a martial artist and I cook and I paint and I write and I think and I cry and I do all of those things. I live, right? I am the vessel of the art, but the art is not mine. So I have to burn it up and share it with everybody that I can while I'm here. Otherwise, that's why you need to go back and do it again.
Where do I apply?
Like,
Where do I apply for Dramatec? I want to go to all of this.
Like,
I honestly
have so many questions. Like,
I feel like
wow.
I think, okay, a lot of people and a lot of us, I'm going to include myself in this mess, is like that. Most people do this for the wrong thing.
Sure.
We do it for the fame, the attention, the being on TV. Oh, we saw you.
Right.
You know, that high of like saying people know me. You know, it's really refreshing to just be in a space where it's not about that. It's about the art. It's about the work that you put in. It's about how you feel.
Yeah.
Like my mind is so stimulated.
Yeah.
I want to be in that class. Like I genuinely just want to be there. And I feel like you can't live the same actor when you enter that room. I'm not the same actor now. Casting director.
Yes.
You know?
You me.
But I think it's a glimpse of what you do at Dramatec. And if anybody's listening and you're not stimulated, then I think try IT. Or something else.
Like, it makes sense why you're an educator.
Yeah.
Like, but Sana, what a scholar, because ndidathatha ngoku ndinesikolo ndiyafunda. But now I want to know, so from everything that you've gathered and you've done, why start up an academy? What inspired you to do that? Because I understand the fire that you have. Like, it's kind of like you want to share that with other people, but also what's the vision behind it? Like, where did you see it, going and growing? Like, what was the purpose behind it?
It's not an academy.
It's not an academy.
It's a consultancy.
Okay. Fancy.
because
Premium.
yeah. Because now here it is. At the academy, I have to prescribe what to teach you,
And you have a syllabus.
which means I'm already dated,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because now who's going to formulate the syllabus? And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. We must formulate the syllabus and we must go credit. But now I'm competing with WITS and UCT and AFTA and all of those people. I taught at AFTA. You know, I was at UCT. I'm at WITS now. I'm familiar with the institutions.
Sure.
And I suggest you go to the institution. Star Quality has an academy. Actor Spaces have workshops.
Yeah.
Performance Hub is going to be on fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are all the soil. Just go plant. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. But at the end of the day, you have to do something. And mine is, if you wanted to ask me about Shakespeare, I'll talk to you about Shakespeare.
Sure.
If you want to talk to me about podcasting, I'll talk to you about podcasting. Now, I don't know anything about podcasting. The intellectual property at Dramatec is mine, right? So I say, come ask me. I've been around, I'm intelligent, I can figure it out. If not, I've got people who can, you know?
Yeah.
Yo, Terry, I got a girl who wants to know about producing. Cool, right? Hey, Taban, hey this, hey that. For the rest of it, I've got Stanislavski in the book, Stella Adler, all of these things. I studied, I've got a resource. And I'm going to trade on that because the industry is going to say, hey, you will work when we decide. I'm like, no. You can't afford me, so I'm going to work.
Yeah.
Right?
I
And
love
not that
that.
you can't afford what I need to do the things that I can, so let me go do what I can, and then I will consult with you and work on a freelance basis. But you don't define me and you don't give me my worth.
Sure.
Because that's what it's about.
Yeah.
You doubt yourself. How can you doubt yourself?
What?
How dare you?
I'm insecure now. Yes, because you. Wow.
Guys, we are in a staging. Go every cut.
Right? You're reflecting yourself through your own life experience.
Sure.
Yes.
How dare you feel any type of way? You are made by something you can't fathom.
Yeah.
And doing this art allows us to experience that
Sure.
rapture. When
Expressive.
listen to this, there's an emotional frequential exchange that happens when you're in the theater, right? Emotional frequential exchange, because you vibrate at a certain frequency, you align with what you are looking at, and then there's a change. The audience feels rapture, you feel rapture. It's beautiful. It's forever. It's continuity. We need it's that community, right? It is,
Sure.
what it is.
Wow, man.
Whew, okay. I'd like to. Do you have a question? Ndingathi ndizibuze zonke zinathi Anelisa. Now ukethetha kuqhamuka ezinye. I'm just like, I wanna know more. I wanna know more.
I think I'm
I can
honestly
see
in
you
awe.
all.
That it's anything, and I'm just really just taking information in, and I'm a sponge. So trust and believe that when we come back next week, I'm going to be reciting some of the stuff that was shared here today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I have no questions.
So if people want to come to me, they can come to me and come and ask what they want to ask. Hence the consulting idea. Yeah. But we will have an academic component, but that needs support.
Sure.
And I don't like to ask for money.
And
I get you.
Yeah, I'd
Please can't get
I'll go to
rather go find it. Yeah.
Oh man, I think sitting here, I'm inspired, and I feel like I'd love for this conversation to continue. And tonight, Aisha, oh my gosh, it's 4 minutes after 8. That's the end of our segment, Sana, and I still have a whole list of questions, some of which are bubbling, and I'm just like, Jafuna, but oh,
Sign up, consultants are there.
yes, please tell us more about Dramatec. Where can they find you? When do you open, close, how you consult, and all of that. Any further details that you'd like to share? I know we haven't even touched on martial arts, the writing, the producing.
Don't worry, he's back.
Yeah, I'll have to do a second.
He'll come back.
Have to.
I'm not taking on any students this year.
This year.
Besides us now.
I'm competing with Dramatec competes with Anelisa Phewa. And I've been negligent. So I've taken on some private students. It's not to say that I won't take on any more, but they'll compete with my schedule. But for that, I'm open to conversation because I'm also bringing people onto the sets. So if I've got a team of 10 students on any show that I work on, then 2 of them are my assistants, 2 of them are my coaches. So at any given moment, I've got 4 people that I'm bringing onto my set to say, I expect this of you. And then I'm placing those people specifically into the industry for that. So we are a talent management representation company as well. So that from the people that we are finding, then we are saying to broadcasters and channels and all that, here they are. I speak for them. That's what the emblem is about. The technical edges that represent the masculine and the feminine, the light and the dark. You know, the opposites that are the faces of drama. But you need something terrifying to defend the drama, right? To resolve the dramatic tension. But also a brown superhero. Come on.
Oh man.
Wakanda forever.
Mandela.
Mandela.
Oh wow. Yeah. Good names, guys. Good names. So where can they find you? I know that you're not taking anyone in, but yeah.
Okay. Dramatec _SA on Dramatec _SA on Instagram and Dramatec SA on Facebook, and then our number is 064 689 4668. 064 689 4668. Follow, like, subscribe, all of the things my daughter would say.
Yeah, with these young ones, you have to learn, you have to move with them.
But I will do master classes. Let me just say, lecture style. Hire a theater. We'll advertise at least 3 different cities, and then we'll have this Q&A type thing where we'll talk about it, say for like a 2-hour session, whatever, with a break and red carpet and nice things like that.
Ooh, very
demure. Very, very nice.
Cutesy.
So yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Anyways, that is the end of our journey to First Call. Sir, you have been lovely, amazing, and I think I don't speak for myself only when I say you have also, you know, been an educator to us, because we've taken a lot.
So much.
Yeah, we've taken in a lot. So thank you so much for honoring our invite and being here. And guys, look out, because there are things that are gonna be happening.
I'm gonna be on stage this year.
Nah.
Little sneak preview there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You heard it here first.
Yes, back to theatre.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So at least now you know what's next. But also just stay tuned. You might just see him also on some of the performance hub things. You know, to keep surprises. Always. Surprise. Did you mention your Insta handle where they can follow you on your personal socials?
I'm familiar with the Instagram. With the Instagram.
Of course.
Anelisa _Phewa. Anelisa _Phewa.
That's it. Thank you so much, my lovely people. That brings us to the end of our segment, Journey to First Call, the part, lights, camera, disaster. So on a set or in the industry as a whole, what has been your worst experience?
I got to lunch late at Generations and the papa was finished. They have the most amazing food I've ever eaten on set. Generations, let it be known.
Wait, to be clear, is it the legacy or the original?
Listen, it's the same production company. Yo.
Oh, okay. So the catering didn't change.
Oh, I don't know. They have them and Ferguson Films' best food I ever ate on set. So you can imagine when I got there, I was like,
But now we know one more thing about you. We are tired,
yes.
Like, why would you be hurt over that and it stayed with you?
And that was the worst, I must say.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Wow. I get Nizwile, guys. That was his worst experience on a set. And now we're going to officially let him go. Thank you so much. See you on the flip side.